The jungle moon of Cathara 7 was silent in the way only predators understood, a silence that meant death lurked in every shadow. Vashara moved through the crimson canopy with practiced grace, her 8-foot frame rippling with corded muscle beneath midnight black fur. Her kind, the Cathari, ruled this world. They were evolution's masterpiece. Apex predators with reflexes that made cobras look sluggish, claws that could shred durasteel, and a hunting instinct refined over millions of years. She had left her 3 cubs hidden in the cave den while she hunted the great horned beasts of the northern valleys. They were old enough to understand silence, young enough to obey without question, or so she had believed. The scent hit her first as she approached the den, foreign, metallic, utterly wrong. Human. Vashara's lips peeled back from fangs designed to crush spinal columns. Her cub's scent was still there, mixed with fear markers, but also something else, something that made no sense. Curiosity. Playfulness. She burst through the cave entrance, ready to tear apart whatever had dared approach her young. The sight froze her mid-lunge. Her 3 cubs, Kesh, Mira, and Little Thorn, sat in a circle around a figure in battered armor. But they weren't cowering. They were wearing pieces of that armor. Kesh had a massive pauldron strapped awkwardly to his small frame. Mira wore a helmet 3 sizes too large, her eyes peering out comically from the visor. Thorn, the smallest, had wrapped himself in a tactical vest, the human ballistic plates dragging on the ground. And the human, Commander Ryland Dorn, according to the faded name stenciled on his chest plate, sat propped against the cave wall, one arm held at an unnatural angle, his face pale beneath days of grime and blood. His other hand somehow rested gently on Kesh's head, scratching behind the cub's ears. The human's eyes met hers. They were gray like storm clouds and carried the weight of 1,000 battles. But there was no aggression in them. Only exhaustion and something she recognized, a parent's protective instinct. "Easy," he rasped in accented Cathari. His translator implant was functioning, barely. Didn't hurt them. "They found me." Vashara's snarl deepened, but she didn't attack. The tableau before her defied every instinct. Her cubs showed no fear. In fact, Kesh was purring, actually purring under the human's touch. "Mama," Mira chirped, her voice muffled inside the helmet. "Human gave us shiny." Commander Dorn winced, whether from pain or the cub's enthusiasm. Vashara couldn't tell. "Ship crashed 2 valleys over," he explained slowly. "Dragged myself here. Your cubs found me at dawn. I tried to scare them off. Clearly that worked brilliantly." "You should be dead," Vashara growled, stalking closer. "They should have torn you apart for sport." "Yeah, about that." Dorn shifted, grimacing as his broken arm protested. "I thought so too. But then this one," he nodded at Thorn, "brought me water." In his mouth. Like a damn retriever. Thorn yipped proudly, doing a small spin that sent the tactical vest flapping. Vashara's mind raced. Cathari cubs learned to kill before they learned to speak. They played with their prey, yes, but they killed it. Always. The idea that they would nurture a wounded creature, especially an alien, especially a human, was impossible. "What did you do to them?" she demanded. Dorn laughed bitterly. "Nothing. I was unconscious most of the first day. When I came to, they were already here watching me. I figured I'd wait to die. But they kept bringing things, food, water. Then this one," he gestured at Kesh, "started dragging my armor pieces around like trophies. I helped them put the stuff on before they hurt themselves. Kids are kids, I guess. Even apex predator kids." Vashara circled, assessing. The human's armor told stories written in scorch marks and repaired breaches. This was a soldier who had survived the unsurvivable. The Terran Federation's wars were legendary across the galaxy. Humans, those strange, weak-bodied creatures who somehow conquered the stars through sheer, bloody-minded stubbornness. "Your kind killed 17 Cathari warriors in the disputed sectors," she said quietly. "Your kind killed 43 humans in the same battle," Dorn replied without hesitation. "I was there. Lost good friends. But your cubs don't know about that war, and frankly, right now neither do I." Mira waddled over to her mother, the helmet bobbing. "Mama Human tells stories. About sky hunts and metal dens and—" "Enough!" Vashara's voice was sharp, but her heart was torn. The warrior in her screamed for vengeance. The mother in her saw her cubs, unharmed, happy even, playing with a creature that should have been enemy and prey. Dorn met her gaze again. "I can't fight you. Broken arm. 3 cracked ribs, and I'm pretty sure I have internal bleeding. If you want to kill me, do it quick. But let me give them back their toys first. He began unstrapping the pauldron from Kesh, moving slowly, carefully. The cub whined in protest. No, mine! Something shifted in Vashara's chest. She had seen enemies. She had seen prey. But this human, surrounded by her children, treating them with gentle patience despite his mortal wounds. This was something else. Stop, she commanded. Dorn froze. Vashara approached, each step measured until she loomed over him. Up close, she could smell his blood, his pain, his determination. You protected them. Didn't have much choice, he admitted. Something came sniffing around at midnight. Something big. I threw rocks, made noise. Scared it off. Probably why my ribs are worse now. A ravager. Had to be. The only thing on Cathara 7 dangerous enough to threaten Cathari cubs. And this human, broken and bleeding, had defended her children. The debt was impossible to ignore. The Cathari code is absolute, Vashara said softly. A life debt must be honored. You guarded my cubs. I cannot kill you. I cannot let you die. Dorn blinked in surprise. What? Mama's going to fix you. Thorn squeaked excitedly. Vashara growled softly, but there was no heat in it. She knelt beside the human, her massive form dwarfing his. I am Vashara, huntress of the northern peaks. You have earned sanctuary, Commander Ryland Dorn. I will heal you. And then... Her amber eyes glinted with something between respect and curiosity. You will tell me how a human soldier survived 30 hours in my territory without dying. Dorn smiled weakly, relief washing over his features. Deal. But fair warning. Your kids already claimed my thermal detonators as toys. You might want to retrieve those. Vashara's eyes widened in alarm as she spun toward the cubs. Don't worry, Dorn added quickly. I disabled them, mostly. As Vashara began the delicate work of setting his arm, the 3 cubs curled around them, still wearing their mismatched armor trophies. The human's breathing steadied. The predator mother's heart, despite a million years of evolution screaming otherwise, recognized a truth as old as life itself. Sometimes survival meant more than strength. Sometimes it meant seeing past the armor to the warrior beneath, and knowing when an enemy could become something far more valuable. Family.